there were two important concessions
Ooh.
that the village was compelled to make in order to make sure that it had insurance coverage from August of 2024 to August of 2025.
Oh, now here's where it gets fun. Yeah, they say, okay, fine. You know what? We reasonable. So here's the quote. I'm gonna need your firstborn, your left and right leg, 6 of your fingers off of one hand. You heard me. 6 fingers off of one hand. You pull that off and bring me a suitcase with a gazillion dollars. And you know what you got? You got a deal. Okay? That's what they said. They said they gave them Mission Impossible, honey. Where? Hey y'all, it's your girl J9 Eve. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, get into the comments. Let me know what you think about this. So a lot of things have happened since Lori Lightfoot showed up and gave the rest of the tea on Tiffany Henyard, the super mayor. You know, she's gonna win both of these upcoming elections and she will still be the super mayor. Is the story that Tiffany's telling all over town. No, it's not true. Of course not. She might become a super mayor in prison, maybe. I mean, you know, do they have like student council meetings and so do they have student council in jail? Because if they do, she might have a chance. You know what I'm saying? She might have a chance. I'm just saying, you got to keep hope alive. So with all the things that have taken place since this happened, this Lori Lightfoot tea was spilt. That's actually got Tiffany in a bunch of trouble. She's been running ever since this happened. But one thing that happened during this meeting, I've been wanting to showcase in and of itself, but then every day something was happening. Right. So now that I'm, things have kind of settled down a little bit. I got a couple of other things I got to cover, but the insurance was the thing I wanted to go over. The Lori Lightfoot covered because I thought it was hilarious because everything we've been saying is exactly what had happened and I was right and she was wrong. And I'm not above the gloating. You know what I'm saying? I feel like gloating is important and I feel like I'm good at it, So this is what we're going to get into. We're just going to listen to react to this insurance tea that Lori Lightfoot came with, which I appreciate her. High five, girl. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate you. All right. If don't nobody else appreciate you. I know Tiffany don't. I do. Mama do. She do. She appreciates you. Yes, she do. Okay. So let's hop in and see what's going on. What's going on?
The insurance issue, because insurance is a significant cost in the budget for the village of Dalton.
Yes.
The village's insurance needs are primarily handled by 2 entities.
Okay.
An insurance broker, which is Insure Source LLC, and something called a third-party administrator, which currently is Charles Taylor, TPA.
Okay.
In 2024, the village's insurance coverage became at risk due to late or non-payment of fees. The village's premium financing company sought to avoid its
it was because of non-payment? Tiffany kept saying it was because they weren't renewing their contract. Apparently, no, it was just another one of those bills Tiffany and her homies didn't pay, Okay, duly noted.
Contract with the village. And let me explain what that means.
Yeah, explain it.
There is a finance company that fronts the money for the village's various insurance costs, and the village pays it back on a monthly basis. But because of non-payment, that finance company walked away from its responsibilities and said, we're not going to we're not going to finance any future funds to the village to pay its insurance. That created a bit of a crisis.
All right.
The village's longtime third-party administrator, that's the entity that then pays claims that are made by people that trigger the insurance policies. that third-party administrator also walked away and refused to renew its agreement with the village, again, as a result of problems in payment.
Okay.
And then longtime insurance carriers. The village had, like most municipalities, has multiple insurance carriers that cover their insurance, particularly liability insurance. Many of those longtime carriers canceled in the spring of 2024 or declined to renew the village's policies.
Well, there you go. And that's where it starts. These insurance companies were like, yeah, you know what? About that stuff, it seemed like some shit's happening. I'm gonna just absolutely fucking not. Just know that the answer is no. Just know and understand that the answer is no. I don't understand. Okay, that's what they said. They said no, honey. No, we good on this. Okay, you was a walking lawsuit, Tiffany, and we don't want no parts of it. That's what they said.
Next slide. Now, this came at a critical time.
Ooh.
The renewal period for village insurance is early August of every year. Typically 60 days before that time, the insurance broker will start negotiating, renewing terms of coverage with the various insurers.
Okay.
You have the TPA walk away, which is known to the insurance companies covering the village. You have the finance company walk away, which is known to the village. And the fact that these other carriers decided not to renew, that also sent a ripple through the insurance market. As a result of the efforts of the insurance broker, he reached out to 36 different insurers, including 10 excess insurers and then 26 non-excess carriers.
Jesus, 36 insurance companies? And nobody would take y'all? I wonder why. I wonder if there was anyone specifically that they were concerned about. I wonder. Let's see.
5 carriers chose not to renew their coverage for the village. 13 carriers declined to quote coverage for the village, meaning they weren't even interested in providing a quote.
Yeah, they were like, nah, we ain't gonna risk it by giving you a quote and then you being like, okay, so we just gonna say, fuck no.
And one carrier simply didn't respond. And of the
the one that didn't respond was like, oh, is this a joke? This is a joke, right? Okay, I just was making sure this was a prank. Because for sure this was a prank. They just pretended like they didn't see it. They were like, did you hear that? I thought I heard something. Did you hear something? Me neither. This is what they did. They were like this. That's disrespectful. Okay? How you gonna ignore the mayor? Okay? The super mayor at that. Okay? That's even worse. She's a super mayor.
excess carriers who provided a quote, they set their threshold for coverage very, very high.
Yeah, they said, okay, fine. You know what? We're reasonable. I know everybody else is saying no. You know what? Somebody gotta, you know what? I'm just built different. I'm gonna do this for you because you special. But nobody else will do this for you. So I just want to make sure you know how special I am. I'm gonna give you a quote. Okay, all this gonna cost you. If you can do this, then it can do the business because you know what? Our company is different, and we like to be flexible around here. You know. So here's the quote. I'm gonna need your firstborn, your left and right leg, 6 of your fingers off of one hand. I don't care how you figure that out. You heard me. 6 fingers off of one hand. So okay, so you're gonna need to find a 6-finger person and have him agree to have all 6 fingers off, okay? Because it got to be on one hand. Now, you pull that off and bring me a suitcase with a $1,000,000,000 dollars. Don't forget that firstborn, okay? And you know what you got? You got a deal, okay? That's what they said. They said they gave them Mission Impossible, honey. Firstborn, don't forget that firstborn, and a 6-finger man's 6 fingers off one hand. You know what I'm saying? That's what they said. They want the impossible, honey. There was Tom Cruise up in this piece. Mission Impossible, okay?
2 set it at 25 million. 4 set it at 10. and 2 at 5, and 1 declined, again, to quote, any coverage.
Oh my God.
Now, the village was
Now that's just fucking embarrassing.
eventually able to obtain coverage for the 2024-25 period. However, there were 2 important concessions that the village was compelled to make in order to make sure that it had insurance coverage from August of 2024 to August of 2025.
Oh, now here's where it gets fun. I wonder what these concessions are. They're like, we got us a deal as long as you follow these particular stipulations. Damn, that shit that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing, y'all. That's humiliating. Especially when she is ranting on about how the trustees missed like 6, 7, 8, 9 meetings, and it was to renew the insurance. Knowing this information, and this is what she was saying, when nobody was going to give them insurance. And Tiffany knew that, but she steady showing up and lying and pointing her fucking fingers. She gonna double down, point her finger, say it was you, and she gonna do all of that with a grin on her face. Okay.
As you can see from this slide, the village was compelled to pay more for less coverage. We have here a kind of side-by-side comparison of what the coverage was under general liability, law enforcement, public official, and auto liability. In the preceding year, the coverages were almost equal at $11 million. But as you can see, in the current coverage period, there's a significant decrease in the amount of insurance coverage that the village now has to handle whatever liability issues may come up. The other...
Now, I want y'all to see this. Like, look at this. This is how much, okay, so this is the coverage, how much coverage they would have. Like in 2023 to 2024 year, like say the general liability was 11 million. So if anything happened or whatever to fall in that category, that's how much coverage they had, $11 million coverage. For all these things, for law enforcement had 11, public official 11, and auto liability 11, all same, right? But not this year. 2024, 2025 was $1 million for general liability. Now, keep in mind that the amount that it costs to have the insurance was $2,134,000. So they gotta pay 2 times more for the insurance this year than they actually have cover for. So for the insurance company to give them $1 million to cover whatever this charge thing that happens, this general liability, they might as well, but they have to. It's crazy because they have to have the insurance, right? They have to have it, or they can't use the building. They can't do anything in the place. They can't do anything without the insurance. The insurance costs more than what is actually the coverage is. That shit's crazy. This is what they had to agree to get insurance. I wonder why. We'll see.
Significant concession was that the insurance carriers refused to cover Mayor Henyard.
And there it is. That was the other thing. They were like, okay, first it's going to cost like that. Like I said, that firstborn. Okay, 6 fingers off of one hand from a 6-finger man. Okay, we're gonna need a bajillion quadrillion dollars cash, and we need all of it to fit in one suitcase. You know, the most, because that's impossible. Okay, and then also we're not gonna cover that bitch. That's it. That's all we ask for. That's all that we ask, cause we're reasonable. We're a reasonable insurance company. You know what I'm saying? We like to work with the people. You know, Tiffany. You are the curse that keeps on cursing, honey. You is the curse that keep on cursing. Look at this. Look. However, the policy contains an absolute exclusion. I'll be damned. Let's start that sentence over. However, the policy contains an absolute exclusion in which the insurer states that it shall not be liable to make any payment for loss arising out of or in connection with any claim. They said anything at all, bitch, made against any insured which is brought by, on behalf of, or against the following entities or individuals: Oh, this must be a long list. I wonder who all the people they talking about. Tiffany Henyard. Tiffany, it's the disrespect. They disrespecting the shit out of you, girl. You gonna take that? You as the super mayor, you gonna take that? You have to? You ain't got a choice? Oh, I was just asking. I mean, I'm just saying. So it says Tiffany Henyard, ID, emphasis in the original. Oh, they emphasized that shit. They made sure they spelled your name correctly, bitch. That's what they said. This coverage exclusion regarding Mayor Henyard also applies to the law enforcement policy. So law enforcement policy, same thing. So basically, if the police is driving around with her ass, because you know they was doing that shit. So if they was driving around with her and she in the fucking car because they was escorting her weird ass around, okay? She using them like Secret Service, the police. The insurance company said, y'all driving her around and y'all get an accident, that bitch ain't covered. She ain't covered. I don't give a fuck if she in the car with y'all. I don't give a fuck. That bitch ain't covered. She don't exist to us. That's what they said. That's a lot. That's a lot to say. Tiffany, that's a lot. You did a lot to make that happen.
As you can see, in the third bullet, there's a quote directly from the insurance policy. The insurer covers all elected officials, provides that as a separate part of its coverage, but specifically in writing excluded any claim made against any insured which is brought by, on behalf of, or against the following entities or individuals, and that is Tiffany Henyard.
It's so funny because it's like the language. It says the following entities or individuals, because like that's a normal language to use. But it's not usually one person they're talking about. You can tell because in the language, they still keep the same language, which is entities and individuals. Because typically that's not one person. Typically that's not a person. That's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like one person named Carl. You know what I'm saying? It's not usually everybody. We'll insure it all except Tiffany. Mama thought that was hilarious and she wanted to put emphasis on it, especially because Tiffany lying ass. We've been saying it for fucking ever. Her lying behind about this insurance. They were not coming to these meetings, and now here we are, and we don't have the insurance because they wouldn't come in and vote for it. Like voting for it was the problem. The holdup was them coming in and saying, "Okay, bitch." Nice try, Tiffany. By nice try, I mean go the fuck on. Okay, the insurance company done told you they don't want you around. You done been rejected. Damn, you done been rejected by the most rejected, the insurance company. The last time insurance company said something that made you laugh and happy. We'll take what we can get, huh? That's all I wanted to say, y'all. Okay, that's all. Nothing more than that. That wasn't too bad, was it? That wasn't too bad. If you're still here, give me a 3. Put a 3 in the comment section. Okay. If you're still here right now, put a 3 so that mama can know who her real riders are. Her riders. Okay. Put a 3 in the comment section. All right. Y'all behave because I'm not going to do it. Absolutely not. Just maybe next year in 2026. I mean, not 2025. Just still no. Absolutely fucking. In fact, honestly, I might have to. We're going to have 4 years before I can even consider behaving. Okay. At this point, I'm going to need to make sure I'm not behaving. But mama love you. Yes, she do. Ooh.